Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Also, I've just brought back the competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So with that in mind, let's get straight to your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they going through at this moment and what is to come? Now, in the water, I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, and I'm seeing a dandelion in the water right now. So, that is something that perhaps it's a symbol or something that you're going to come across as a logo, just random. I'm not really sure why it's there. It can be that you're making a wish, okay, that will be fulfilled, but as there's nothing else attached to that image, I can't really give you anything more than that. I'm not going to tell you something that's not there, but I have to mention it. Otherwise, the water and the frequencies will become stagnant and then nothing else will come through. So, yeah, just thought I'd mention it there. Now, your first card is the lily. So this can indicate that, you know, your sensual side is coming out to play. I mean, you've got a lot of flowers here. Interesting that we had another flower in the water. Now, this can indicate that you're romancing your life a little bit more, but also that there is some sort of chemistry with you and a person about to happen if it's not happening already, okay? So we have the snake there, which represents change, and we have the park, okay? So perhaps some of you are going to go on a bit of a date to maybe a park, or you're going to go for a walk or something like that, or, you know, there's a little chair in that card there, so it can be that you're going to sit and talk for a little while. That's definitely something that's coming out there. Now, I'm getting a song straight away, okay? Very famous song, actually. I'm not sure if it's shown up in a reading before in the past. I can't really remember that, but I know this song, and let's go for a little walk. Oh my gosh, Under the Moon of Love. Okay, that's a very famous song, okay, and it's by a band called Shawadi Wadi. I mean, it's very dated, of course, but perhaps this is something that you're going to hear over the next coming weeks and months regarding your situation. Often these songs come in as a signpost as to who you're about to meet, okay, or that you're about to meet someone. So listen out for that song. Maybe it's going to play on a date as well, perhaps. Now, what's really unusual is my guides have asked me to do the first card in the Celtic Cross. I do not normally do that, but my guides have given that to me. King of Cups, love. the highest love that love has to offer. You're so ready to fall in love. So let us get to your cards and see what's going on there for you. I mean, your first card, this is your protagonist energy. It's the lily. Now, the lily is all about maturity, experience, and a long process. So it can indicate that you have been budding, you're blossoming, you're learning more about yourself, what it is that you want. But also this is an energy of flirtation. It can be that, you know, you are someone who perhaps has had experience in love in the past, has, you know, gone through an experience where something got cut short, perhaps something that was blossoming, and perhaps you've been healing from that. Maybe this was something that was a long time ago, doesn't have to be recent, but this is a card of wanting to bring your sensual side out, wanting to be a little bit more flirtatious, or tapping into your flirty side. This can be that you're trying to embrace the whimsy in life. Now, we all have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders, and there's just a lot going on in the world and in your personal circumstances, of course, but I feel like you're leaning into romanticism in your life a little bit more, or trying to be a little bit more creative, or, you know, open up more to flirtations. You may have been, you know, out there on the dating scene occasionally, felt a little bit fed up of that and withdrawn, because of course the flowers are in the resistance position. So it can indicate that you removed yourself from the romantic dating arena for quite some time because you felt like nothing was going on there, or nothing that you felt would lead to a high level commitment. But now I feel like you're a little bit more curious. So this is an energy of thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. My guides just gave me an energy of like, some of you are also lamenting your love life and feeling like it is over, because my guides just said lilies can be the flowers of the dead. So it can be that you are feeling that right now your love life is like over. It's gone. But that's not true at all. I want you to be aware of that. I feel there's a bit of an awakening going on there, or even a reawakening, where you're a little bit more curious about who is out there, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of cards here connected to nature, and that you are going to meet a person naturally. And I feel that one of the suggested dates will be a walk and a talk. I mean, that song literally said, let's go for a little walk. I mean, under the moon of love, I mean, that's at night, okay? So, I mean, you know, perhaps you're going to go on a date in the evening, or, you know, walk and talk, perhaps. Maybe that's what the song is suggesting and your cards are suggesting. But ultimately, Lily is an energy of wanting to do more things that you're passionate about, and allow your sensual side to come to the fore. Be a little bit more open to flirtation, as I mentioned there, because there is a flirtation coming on in here, okay? Now, the park can indicate some sort of gathering. You know, this card, although it is a park, you know, this card actually means in the LENORMAND deck, an event. I mean, it could be a garden party, could also be like a networking opportunity, or even a retreat, something that brings people into contact with each other. So it doesn't always have to be that you're going to meet someone and go on a date, you know, walking through a park. I want you to be aware of that. These cards are symbolic, and this card is in the resistance position, so it can indicate some of you have been healing a part of yourself where you felt let down in love, or you felt that love has not blossomed for you. But it will go into the upright, which means, you know, there is a romantic encounter coming your way, something that will start to blossom. If you're healing a part of yourself, you know, take the time that is necessary to heal. But a lot of you, whoever's, you know, tapping into this reading right now, King of Cups means you're so ready. You're ready for love. It's like, where's the love at? I'm ready. I've got so much love to give. And you are so lovable. You offer the highest love that love has to offer. So you deserve someone who is strong enough to walk by your side, someone who has the emotional depth that you require, because that's what you offer. Okay, now, we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. And you have met yourself in a pretty deep way. So I feel like you are opening yourself up to meet a person who is emotionally available, but also has that depth that you're looking for in a relationship that is sustainable. You know, there is an energy here of longevity, something that, you know, starts off almost like, if you look at the progression really of these cards, it's like, we've got like two lilies there. I mean, it almost looks like one lily, but maybe it's two. Okay, let's say it's one. But there's two little like stalk stems there. So maybe it's one or two, right? And then we've got a whole bunch there. And then suddenly we've got a luscious garden, something that is full and in bloom, and there's a lot of growth there. So I actually feel like you're about to meet a person that changes everything when it comes to love and the dating scene, and something that is long-term. A luscious relationship that is exciting and passionate and pure and healthy. Okay, so we have the snake here. Now the snake is an energy of shedding old skin, perhaps disconnecting from cycles of repeat or patterns that you found yourself in relationships or commitments. It can be that this is literally the year of the snake, and this is the year of change for your dating life. But also this is a card of trust issues. So it can be that, you know, you may be healing some trust issues, or perhaps, you know, there is an energy of not just change going on for you, but it can be that you are a little bit guarded when it comes to love. So I'm just going to quickly pull a card on that snake just to see what it is, because it is an outcome energy. And, you know, snakes represent rebirth. So I feel it's like your love life, or, you know, the opportunities are rebirthing for you. So if you've been out of the dating scene for a while, and I feel a lot of you have been feeling really fed up, you know, there's no one out there, you're exhausted, the dating scene is oversaturated, you may be meeting a lot of people with that lily card where there's a lot of flirtation or a little suggestion going on in connections, and you're like, I want a little bit more. I just want investment. I want something to, you know, invest in long term. And you may be connecting to a lot of people who are very physically attracted to you, because the lily is all about physical attraction. But this can indicate that, you know what, you're just so ready to move on from that. You want something that has a little bit more depth, something that is a little bit more secure. There's a chair there, so this can be a little bit more solid, okay? Something that you want to stay a while in. So I just want to pull a card on that snake. The Magician card, it's literally change, manifestation, opportunity. So, you know, perhaps leaving one place in your life in order to move into another place. And what I mean by that in terms of this relationship is, you know, like you're moving on from people who are just flirting with you or just in it for a quick fix or the physical side of a relationship. And now you're moving into something that is more tangible, long-term, something that is more in alignment with what you wish for. But also I feel this could be your confidence, because the Magician card is about your personal power. So a lot of you are overcoming a trust issue at this time and ready to surrender to true love, because please recognize that when a new person comes in, we should not take baggage from past experiences and allow it to influence a new relationship. Of course, we'll have doubts and fears, especially if you've been through challenging experiences in the past. I know I have, and it took a lot of hard work to resolve those things so that I didn't almost like force the issues onto the new relationship. They're always going to be present, but we must acknowledge that a new person is not going to repeat a cycle. Okay, and I feel that's a lot of something that perhaps some of you are outgrowing at this time, moving away from. But there is a new person coming on in, and this card, I mean, I would say there could be an event. There's normally an event or crowds, or for some of you, a reunion energy coming out with this, a party. Gardens tend to connect, especially in the LENORMAND deck, to events, invitations, to something that brings people together. So I feel an event that you are involved in at some point brings you to a point where everything changes. Suddenly you meet the love of your life. Okay, so let's get to your Celtic cross. We have the King of Cups as your starting position. You're so ready to fall in love. You have a beautiful heart. You're someone who is very kind. Unconditional love is something you offer. You respect all people unless they give you a cause not to. You've got to a position where you have healthier boundaries. You're being really decisive about what it is that you want. You've got your life to a certain harmonious position. You want simplicity. Yes, life is challenging, but I would say that you're someone who is very emotionally intelligent and very sensitive. You're someone who's very sympathetic and caring and loving. And although, yes, there may be some, you know, insecurities due to a past hurt, that's literally what a King of Cups can indicate, that you've resolved something within yourself. It can be that you're moving on. You're looking to the future there now. What's crossing you? We have the Two of Wands. You've been waiting for a long time for love. Five of Wands is on the earthly plane position, which can indicate that perhaps a lot of people have given their 2 cents about your love life. You know, oh, you should be in a relationship by now, or when you're settling down, or when you're going to meet someone, or let me introduce you to somebody. There may be a lot of influences going on right now in your life, but also this can be that, you know, you're challenged. You have a lot on your plate, a lot on your to-do list, and I feel some of you, this is you challenging yourself to do something. We got Nine of Pentacles. You're someone who's super independent. You've been investing in yourself there. You're having a glow up, actually. And I feel like you're very attractive. You're going to be attracting someone new into your sphere. But a lot of you have been prioritizing your own needs. We've got a divine counterpart coming on in for you. The Queen of Cups is in your potential position, which is someone who matches your vibration. It is your other half. And I don't like to use that sentence because my guides just gave me the other half, but I have conflicting kind of notions in and around this idea that we are searching for our other half, because of course we're not. We're whole all by ourselves. But I feel I want to correct the energy and say someone who complements your love language, someone who gets you, someone who aligns with you, because to search for your other half somehow implies that part of you is missing. And it's not. You're whole all by yourself, okay? So that's something that's coming out there. We have Seven of Swords. Yes, there is still a trust issue here. So that has popped out there. But also, the Seven of Swords looking at the Nine of Pentacles can be that some of you are like so super independent and you've got your life to a certain kind of like routine or some sort of, you know, schedule that you kind of like, you kind of know. You're wondering, can you factor someone in? Because you're so super independent. Can you meet a person who's also equally independent and honors your independent time? Of course you can. I want you to be aware of that. A lot of you are moving past some very challenging emotions around trust issues. And again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. But the new person that you're about to meet, they're going to love you with wild abandon. They are going to be so open, so caring, so loving. They're never going to give you a cause to mistrust them. They're going to be really kind of like authentic and true. Because you have a Queen of Cups here and a King of Cups. I'll show you these cards now in a moment. But let me get your final cards here. How would you like to receive? Okay. How would you like to receive? Okay. And here we go. So, you are hoping that fate and destiny intervenes to bring you a person of your dreams, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. We have your starting position, which basically is you, your energy. It is a water card, of course, and you know, normally I read the King of Cups as a Scorpio card. Doesn't have to be Scorpio, though. It can be a water element. This means you're deep in your emotions, you're developing your intuition, you're deepening your connection with self, but also it means you're ready to fall in love, okay? And what is above you, this is the potential, okay? Right now you're on a course to meet someone new who matches your vibration. This is your soulmate. This is a person you're destined to meet and be in love with. Queen of Cups is to fall in love. So this person is going to fall in love with you, and it's going to be love at first sight. I want you to be aware of that. That's because the Wheel of Fortune is present. It basically means change and sudden change, but also to be luckier in love. And it's like a bolt from the blue. So I feel, you know, this is an energy of you meeting the one. And I feel there is still a bit of a wait. I got to be honest with you, okay, because you do have in your circumstances outside of yourself, you have the Hangman energy. So this is you still knowing yourself a little bit deeper. This is also about, you know, feeling a little bit suspended in your energy or feeling a little bit like in limbo at the moment. You know, you're focused on your projects. You know, you're trying to do more things that you love with this card. This is a foundation card, which basically means how you're approaching your energy right now and what you want in your life. And I do feel these two cards align. It's like your sensual side is coming out. You're trying to, you know, engage your heart a little bit more into the things that you love doing and find yourself in experiences that bring you joy. Now, what is crossing you at this time? We have the Two of Wands, the weight. So, you know, you're not like darning your socks by candlelight, watching the world go by and hoping that, you know, the universe sends you love. as you sit at the window of your apartment. You're not doing that. You're getting out there, engaging with life and experiences. But the Two of Wands can indicate that it's been such a long time that you've been waiting. You're almost like giving up or losing hope. But there's still a part of you that, you know, wants to be curious, to get yourself out there and just be your wonderful, authentic self. And it's not that you're kind of like being flirtatious. I feel by being yourself, you open yourself up to being more flirty, okay? I mean, the Lily is a flirtatious card. That's why I'm mentioning it. But the Two of Wands is an energy that, you know, you've been waiting for a long time, or perhaps some of you have been waiting for the right moment to put yourself back out there because you may have had responsibilities or duties that you needed to adhere to. And I feel right now it's time. Okay, now even though it's time, I feel like it's still a bit of a wait, okay, but the Two of Wands indicates the wait will not be much longer, because this card indicates that there's still a wait, but it's not going to be too long, okay. And the earthly plane position is the Five of Wands. Now this can indicate that, you know, you're trying to challenge yourself, trying to keep your life running smoothly, trying to keep it all going together. You know, the history of the Five of Wands, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's 5 figures, and they are, you know, each with a wand in their hand, trying to create a star. Okay, and a star, of course, is connected to not just a star, but to a pentacle. So it can be that you're using your energy to do something in your life right now in order to make something solid and stable in your life. So you're showing up for yourself, you're bringing your A game, but also it can be that there's been some obstacles in your way, so you've been prioritizing your own needs, and it's not that love has not been a priority to you, but you've had other things going on. But now I feel you're kind of trying to make love a little bit more of a priority, or create space for love. I mean, the Five of Wands is a bit of an inner battle or a conflict, so it can be that some of you have battled with confidence due to a previous experience, and you're trying to resolve that within yourself. The Magician card showed up there, which means you're tapping into your personal power and overcoming that. But also, the Five of Wands can indicate that the dating arena is so like oversaturated that everybody is very physical when they approach you. There's an energy here of competition. You know, it can be that if you go on a dating app or you try and put yourself in a position to meet people, wands are very physical. Wands are very passionate, very flirtatious, very connected to the libido, let's put it that way. So it can be that you have been meeting people who are physically connected to you, or are kind of like looking for the quick fix, someone who's here today, gone tomorrow, or someone who's easily distracted, or not investing in a long-term connection. And, you know, you may have been meeting people like this. I mean, you're the sort of person, you're very attractive, both inside and out. You could meet a person and have a physical encounter if you wanted to, at any point. But I feel a lot of you looking at the energy, you're looking for a little bit of a relationship that's more sustainable, something you can really invest in. And as you can see, this figure is looking at the pentacle. So it can be that there's a star on that pentacle, that right now you're trying to get your life in order in some way, and create that space for love to come on in, so you can invest in a relationship there. But something is causing you conflict right now. And for some of you, it could be an inner battle. It can literally be that, you know, you're wondering why love has not come your way. I feel a lot of you are under stress or strain in your life. You still want love, of course, but, you know, I feel there is an energy here of trying to resolve something. But also, you know, there is something coming out here, okay, and I've got to address it. It's on the earthly plane position, so perhaps it's a thought that you've had right now. It's like there's so many people in the world who are single, looking for love, and you may go on various paths to find love, but you may feel like you're overlooked. You may feel like there's a lot of people out there, and this is a time for you to remember what you have to offer in relationships, okay? Because you are someone who is attractive, you're funny, you're kind, you have the highest love that love has to offer, and you need to remember that you are a gift. You need to remember that anyone who connects to you is truly lucky indeed to be in a relationship with you. So if you've been having doubts, if you're thinking like, you know what, I want love, but there's just so many people out there and they're just going to get the opportunities before me, or perhaps you're meeting people who are not kind of like what you're looking for, or no one who intrigues you, no one who has that spark, but I feel that's all about to change for you, okay? I feel this period for you has been a period of where you invest in yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is a solitary card. It's in your past position, which means, you know, you're going to leave your single life behind, but, you know, you have been making a declaration to yourself to invest in yourself and to give a little bit of yourself out there, okay? And what I mean by that is you may be readdressing the balance as to how you approach relationships. I feel like you're going to, you know, erect healthier boundaries. That's something I feel like you've done already, actually. And I feel like you're going to approach relationships where you're allowing someone to come to you, because I feel you've been an overgiver in the past. And, you know, normally the Nine of Pentacles, the figure reserves 6 pentacles for themselves and gives out 3. But this is, you know, not symbolic of that. This is more about it being harvest time. Like, you're at your peak, okay? You cannot be you in the past. You'll be you in the future at some point, but right now you are you right now in this present moment. And you are at your peak. So I feel this Nine of Pentacles is you focusing on your, you know, healthcare routines, your beauty routines or rituals, and having a glow up. This is about you being your best self, investing in yourself, prioritizing your own needs. And this is something that you've been doing. And it means that you've been leading a very independent lifestyle. And although you're still going to be very independent, I feel like you're leaving your single life in the past because you are about to meet the love of your life. It's not too far away, but there is still a bit of a wait. Okay, because you do have a lot of waiting cards still present in your reading, okay? So that 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Hangman is still telling me there's a bit of a wait. But the person is coming on in. And the Queen of Cups indicates someone who is very loving, someone who is very sensitive, emotionally very available, someone who has a lot of empathy, someone who is a lover and a friend, someone who is, you know, going to walk this journey of life and love with you, someone who basically shows their affection, is a good listener, someone who falls in love. And it's true blue love, okay? So I'm very excited there that you're about to open up to the person of your dreams. You've been calling this person in, and they are the vision of what you expect them to be, okay? Now, I feel a lot of you have been meeting people who are very different to your usual type, but you're actually going to meet a person who is your usual type or someone that you aspire to be in a relationship with. Now, in your next 6 weeks position, we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords actually gets often misunderstood, okay? Yes, it can be connected to betrayal. It can be connected to being let down in love, but you have a snake card there as well. So I'm going to pull a card with that Seven of Swords because the history of the Seven of Swords is to be independent and march to the beat of your own drum. It is literally to not conform to other people's expectations of you. It also indicates that, you know, you're living life on your own terms. You'll find your own way towards, you know, being in a relationship at your own time. A lot of you, it can be that, you know, you're having the courage to confront coming out of your comfort zone. The Seven of Swords also is a card of meaning to return to something. That perhaps, you know, you've walked away from something. And I feel a lot of you, it's like you walked away from the dating scene because it was just, you know, full of people who are not aligning with you or not people you were interested in. You're fed up, exhausted, but always meant to return to it. And perhaps a lot of time passed. You know, time lapses. It goes so fast. Suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I've been single for how many years or how many months? You know, so it can be that you've been meaning to return to the dating scene, but you don't want to go too quickly. And you're having to confront this brand new environment, or you've been out of the dating scene for a long time. You may feel daunted or worried or nervous or anxious, but there's nothing to worry about. So I just need to pull a card on that Seven of Swords. We got the Judgment card and we've got the Eight of Wands. A lot of you are like called to move away from, you know, a trust issue, heal it, resolve it, but also, you know, the Judgment card is you judging yourself, perhaps getting back on the dating scene or judging yourself in some way. And it can be that you're tearing yourself down rather than raising yourself up. So just be a little bit mindful of that because the Eight of Wands is a card of moving forward, movement and improvement. But also this is an energy of being ready to fall in love. If you look up the Eight of Wands connected to love, it can be that, you're so ready to fall in love, but, you don't want to fall into lust. You don't want to go too quickly, because Seven of Swords reminds you, if you go too fast, you may miss something and have to return to it or kind of resolve it later on. If you go too fast into relationships, a lot of your cards are saying slow down, build a foundation. Of course, it can mean that we miss something that may be relevant or raises its head later on in a relationship. Now, also, the Seven of Swords with that Eight of Wands and the Judgment card, it can be that, you are always on the go, you're very busy, you're connected to your sense of purpose at this time. The Judgment card is always connected to the sense of purpose, but also it can be that you are in a period right now where, there's a lot of change going on, and perhaps you are either relocating or, thinking about changing your life in some way, or you're in the throes of action on something. And it can be that you're reaching for a new life in some way, or new lifestyle choices, changes, and you need to feel secure in those before you actually move forward. But I would say the Judgment is you kind of like sitting on a decision, a deliberation as to whether you go to something. Because you have like an invitation or gathering card right there with that garden. And this is like you going somewhere, going to something. And the Judgment card is you deliberating whether you should stay, or whether you should go to it. So if you haven't received an event or nothing has piqued your interest to go to, something will in the near future, because you have that Seven of Swords there. And I feel at first you're not really sure whether you want to go to it, but you may actually change your mind on that. Be instinctive. If your instincts are saying don't go to something, obviously don't go to something, because that's your guides whispering whether you should be nudged in one direction or the other. But the Judgment card with the Eight of Wands, I would say you're going to meet a person that perhaps when you meet this person, it feels exciting, it feels true, but it may raise some doubts, or if you're feeling guarded, you may question the relationship at first as to the direction it's heading in. And you may even feel, because that Eight of Wands showed up, that it's going too fast. So you may like take some time to deliberate, or you may slow things down. But I would say with that Seven of Swords, this is you resolving an issue or moving away from either a confidence issue or a doubt in your mind before you meet this new person. Okay, that's the main energy I have there. Your advice to yourself in this moment, Six of Swords, move away from the challenge, or, kind of like resolve something. It's a rite of passage, this card. It means that you've been put on pause on purpose in order to either heal some challenging emotion, or to, challenge yourself, or even to kind of have more confidence within yourself, to quieten your emotions. Six of Swords means you're protected and directed. If you've gone through a challenging breakup or some sort of sadness in some way, or even if this is like intrusive thoughts, ones that tear you down, I feel this is you overcoming those and moving forward and realizing that you are lovable and that you are a gift, and that anyone who connects to you, they're truly lucky indeed. I've got that coming through several times with my guides right now. So I feel like there is love on the horizon for you, and you're being guided. You're destined to meet this person. Okay, so trust the process, believe in yourself, and know your worth, which I feel like you have been working on, and but you're about to meet your soulmate, and it is reciprocal. It is a match. Also, the Six of Swords in this position, because we got that Eight of Wands, this is like you traveling somewhere or going to something. So even if you're deliberating whether you should go to something or not, I feel because this is your advice to yourself in this moment position, that's literally what this position means. This is go. This is you're going somewhere. So this could be to like, a vacation or an event, or it could be to relocate. There's action here. You're going somewhere. So wherever this is, because it's going to be different for everyone, I feel like your advice is do it. Go for it. Move forward. And be calm with that too, because you're making the right decision. I feel like you're being guided there. The Judgment card that popped out there is an energy of your calling. You're being called to do something or go somewhere or be at an event or a place, a destination. And that is where you are going to meet this person. So tap into your inner wisdom. That's what this Hangman is indicating. The answer is within you. The Hangman is an energy of pause, reflection. It's also a Piscean energy, so it means that right now you're focused on yourself, learning more about yourself, what you want in a relationship, what you don't want in a relationship. And circumstances outside of yourself indicate right now you are on hold. You're on pause. You're in the waiting room of love, as it were, okay? But that's because you have a path, the person you're about to meet has a path, and both of you need to come to a midway point where you resolve things within yourself and find your foundation for a healthy relationship so both of you can welcome each other in. Because you are a divine match. King and Queen of Cups is a complete match. So I feel that the wait will be worth it, okay? And in the meantime, I feel a lot of you, although you're trying to find this simplicity and peace in your life, or you've resolved your life to a certain degree, there's still some sort of challenge or conflict going on there. And I feel this is about you learning lessons through these experiences in order to apply them to the rest of your life, okay? The Hangman, I feel right now, is you waiting on purpose because you've got the next card as the Wheel of Fortune. These are two major arcana, so major change is occurring in your life. This is destiny, okay? But also it is a card of life being up and down. It is so changeable, and you're moving through the changes in your life right now. And the hope and a fear position, that's what this card is in. This indicates you hope to meet destiny. You hope to meet a person that you are meant to be with, and you are going to meet with that person. You can already see that there. The fear is to meet someone who wastes your time, someone that you are not destined to meet, someone who brings chaos to your life, someone that you feel like things are out of your control. I mean, also, you would hate to be stuck in a rut, stuck in the same position. So I feel that, things are about to change for you. And if you have had some previous experiences in love that have not been favorable, I feel this is about you being luckier in love, okay? Also, I'd say that a lot of you are breaking free from cycles because the Wheel of Fortune is a cycle card. So it can be that you are, disconnecting from habits or routines or experiences that you've had in love, or even if you've been looking for love in certain places that do not yield results, you may be like, you know what, I've been there, done that, doesn't work anymore. I'm going to find an alternative way to open myself up to meeting new people. And for a lot of you, it's through some sort of calling that you're called to attend an event. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a party. It can be like a convention, or it can be something you're interested in, a gig, something sporting. This often is, a training ground. So it could be that you're training in something. It can be that, you're hitting the gym, or you're training for, a degree or some sort of qualification, or you're training to find present peace. And what I mean by that, it can be that, you're going to meditation classes or retreats or, yoga or something that brings peace or educates you in how to bring more peace to your mind, for example, or to your life in general. So please apply it to your situation. It's something you feel called to do, okay? Now, your outcome energy, we have the Three of Wands, which means you're on the right path to align with opportunities. This card indicates that you're in harmony with your heart's desire, and that's why it really partners with that King of Cups there. Three of Wands indicates that you are someone right now who is waiting, but there are opportunities coming on in. And it's about you being confident in yourself. And also, my guides just said, and that things are going to work out better than you ever imagined. Now, I'm seeing in the water, I mean, this is a bit of a cliche when it comes to love, but I'm seeing this, so I have to give you what I can see. I'm seeing a little bit of a teddy bear in the water, and the teddy bear is holding like a very satin, cushioned heart. So the material looks like it's satin. I mean, it might not be, but, or silk or something. It looks very soft and shiny. And the bear, of course, is very fluffy. But this bear is holding this heart, okay? Red heart, white bear. That's what I can see in the water right now. This could be a gift that a date gives you, or it could be something you're going to see in the next coming weeks and months that highlight love is coming on in. All your cards are pointing to a little bit more of a wait, okay? But I feel the relationship will be in sight soon enough. It's not too far away, but there is still a bit of a wait. Now, interesting, normally I can give you a bit of a timeline, but I can't at this moment in time. I would say it's after 7 weeks, though. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there for you. Now, we also have a Page of Pentacles. Pages are new energy, new people coming into your life, okay? So this can indicate that you're about to meet a person. Well, I mean, this is your outcome energy, so yes, you are going to meet a person. But as you can see, this figure is deliberating whether they should invest or not. So I feel like you meet a person, and at first, you're a little bit cautious. I mean, this person ticks a lot of boxes, okay? And I wouldn't say this person ticks all the boxes. Got to be honest with you there. I feel like they will in time tick all the boxes. But when you meet this person, they tick a lot of boxes. There's a lot of passion, intensity, chemistry, of course. There's a lot of depth to this person. They are your divine match. But there's something here that makes you feel hesitant. And it could be something that you're resolving within yourself because all the cards and the energy are pointing to that. But don't let that dissuade you from a relationship with this person or exploring this further. I feel like you're very curious about this person, but there is an energy of you being a little bit guarded when you first meet this person, okay? And it's nothing that this person does. I want you to be aware. This person is true blue. They're honest. They're open. Page of Pentacles indicates someone who is worthy of your love. Someone who basically makes an effort. They're careful with your heart. Someone who is sociable. So I feel like you do meet this person in a social event or in an event where you attend it. This person is very traditional. They want to work at relationships. They invest in relationships right from the very beginning. Now, this also is a gym card or a body card. So it can be connected to a place where people, train. In some way, that could be a big clue for some of you. Doesn't have to be, though. It can be a place where health is taken really seriously, or it's connected to some sort of health endeavor or studies. For example, for some of you, you could be studying. So it can be, a place where you learn new knowledge or learn about business, or, it can be connected to work for some of you. But this is very precise. If you are in work, it could be that someone new comes to your work environment and both of you are put on a training course, for example. These things can apply in those ways. That's very specific. It's not going to resonate with all of you. If you're retired, for example, it could be something you're curious about going to and you pay for an event, or it can be you invest your time and your energy in something. But whatever it is, I feel like you meet this person and it's not too far away and it is absolutely love, okay? Now, also with this person, I'm seeing scissors. Okay, so they may use that as a tool. For example, hairdresser or designer. But also, I mean, symbolically, scissors can indicate that you're kind of reframing what you want when it comes to love. And you being that precise helps the universe deliver what it is that you want in a relationship. So that's coming through very strongly there. But are you about to meet your soulmate? The answer is absolutely yes. It's no surprise that when I clarified your overarching energy, the Magician came out, and one of your final cards here is manifestation. So you are connecting to the vision of what you want in a relationship. Bodies of water offer an opportunity to connect to the vision or your emotions of what you want to align with in your future. These are scrying vessels. So it can be that your vision of what love looks like is coming towards you. As I said, this person ticks a lot of boxes. I mean, it could be that there's just one box that's not ticked, but it's not like a biggie. And in time, this person will literally tick that box for themselves. They're going to show up for you in that way because they care, because there is a deep bond between you and this person. This person could also be connected in some way to your soul mission or your calling, because you also have the soul mission card there, and the judgment card came out as well. And if you are retired, it can be that this person used to work in an industry that you used to work in, or shares your same mission as you move through retirement as well. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, we have manifestation there. And it's 7777, so you may actually see these numbers synchronistically over the next coming weeks. This could be the end of a cell phone number, digits. It can be the number of a building, perhaps, or just numbers that you're going to see everywhere. It says, your soul is ablaze with radiant energy, attracting all that is good and pure. Your thoughts and emotions hold immense power in shaping your experience. Embrace this newfound vibration. Keep the fire within you burning bright, for your imagination is a glimpse into the magnificent future yet to come. So this is you setting your soul on fire, doing things that you're passionate about, tapping into your sensual side and, being more curious. You're holding that flame. You are not giving up on love. That flame has not gone out. It nearly went out, but I feel like you're reigniting it now. And someone is about to reignite your fire and your flame and come into your life and love you in the way that you truly deserve and desire to be loved, okay? Also, we have 99. Okay, so again, this may be a number that you're going to see a lot over the next coming weeks. It says soul mission. You've been brought here for a reason, amidst the infinite possibilities and despite all the odds. When you align with your true calling, your life takes on a new meaning and you feel a sense of direction. That's what this is all about. You're called to do something and you're called to move in that direction. That can be literally that you're called to attend an event or go to a place or receive or accept an invitation, for example, and you're called to go to it. But it says here, life takes on a new meaning and you feel a sense of direction. Have faith in your journey and trust that the universe is guiding you towards your true path. That is what is happening right now. You're being guided towards a destined relationship. Trust the process. Okay, so this will occur in divine timing. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, now also if you'd like to win with a chance to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is put an emoji of a candle in the comments box below. And if you don't have access to an emoji candle, then just write the word candle and my guides will draw me to a name and I'll announce the winner at the end of September, okay? So the world needs more light. That's more evident than ever before. And of course, lighting a candle or putting a candle out there or even raising your vibrations by listening to your favorite song, very important at this time. But I'll announce that winner at the end of September, okay? Now, finally, we have a leaf that actually looks like a flame, okay? So this can be that, you're going through a lot of changes, you're detoxing your life in some way, decluttering your life, and, you're turning over a new leaf, perhaps, or this is definitely a new chapter for you, I would say, okay? And perhaps this is indicating that the fall is very important for you when it comes to dating or meeting a person. We have, oh my gosh, I just saw the other trinket that you got because of the song that came out. But anyway, let's move on with this trinket. We've got the lion. So this is about you being bold and daring and having compassion for yourself, being confident within yourself. But also it's about you like facing things head on and getting out there. It could also indicate that perhaps you're about to meet someone who's got strong Leo in their chart. Doesn't have to be, but perhaps it's an indication. But, the lion is always leading with passion. And finally, we got a moon, okay? And that song was like Under the Moon of Love, and I would say the moon showing up for you, even as a trinket, is a huge sign. This could literally be that perhaps you're going to meet this person at a place that has the moon in its title, or perhaps there's like a moon dance or a moon event, or perhaps it's in and around a certain phase of the moon, maybe like a new moon or a full moon, those sort of phases. But I mean, this moon has a little smiley face on it. I hope you can see that. So cute. But listen out for that song because I feel that is very relevant. Okay, so I will leave it there. And I hope something resonates in that reading for you all. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisceans, and love and light.